Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Today is Friday, September 1st, 2017. If you need anything from me as far as coaching, readings, tarot, and numerology, as well as any Reiki activations or healings, you can go to my website at twinflames3344.com. I also have a CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames, which helps you with clearing. It's easy listening, so you can listen to it over and over again in the car and help you clear. And I also have a specific video for activation and clearing that I actually use on myself every night. It's about 57 minutes long, and the audio quality isn't great, but it's really powerful. So I've been using it on myself, and it works great. You know, so I don't have to focus on my clearing every day. I can use my video to do it for me, and I actually fall asleep with it. Yeah. So on with today. It is the 1st of September. September is the month of endings. It's a 9, and it's really about getting rid of the old and in with the new. You know, the leaves are going to start falling by the end of the month, and that's where we are. So we're looking to shed the old and bring in the new. We have the 1st, which is a 1, that's the Magician, and that's all about manifesting and making magic, as well as the full day adds up to 20, which is the final judgment. So it's about making final decisions today. Tomorrow is going to be the World, which is the end of the cycle. So anything you want to get in or out of your life, now's the time to do it. My mail headings. Today I have at 12:16, ending in 6533 for anyone, if those numbers mean anything to you. At 12:28, your adventure begins right now. 104, we want you back. 122, we want you back. 131, Michael's entire, and that was in caps, entire. And then 2 o'clock, hurry and soon. 2:28 starts 9/1/17 at 12 a.m. At 4:16, one day only, premium indoor cycling sessions. So if you need to clear or recycle, out with the old, in with the new. At 5:55, Puritan's Pride. So again, some of the Divine Masculines may have some pride issues right now, or you know, some masculines could be very conservative and religious. 6:37, Financial Insights. 6:38, see what's new for September. 7:31, work hard, save big. And there's an arm there with a muscle, right? 7:57, 7 lessons. 8:01, free blanket, Holister. 8:03, last call, and there was the number 488 for anyone that means something. 8:07, deals vying for your approval. 8:08, extra cut, clearance. 8:40, new today for Star Wars fans, and dealing with your guides and angels and ETs. Happy. 8:56, Bloomingdale's. When I saw that, I got Lilydale, New York. It's a psychic town. 9 o'clock, drop the hammer and pick up the new axe. The new axe, either way. Musician's friend. 9:02, long weekend, big savings. That's LONG, weekend, BIG savings. 9:03, sand attachment. And that's interesting because I'm going to look at houses down the shore, maybe move down there. 9/11, Sand, art, rainbow, triangle, and butter attachments. 917, small towns and staycations. 932, not for E ... 934, diamond preferred. 940, up to 80. 941, the force will be with you, always. 956, top offers. $1. 1008, nominate yourself. 1049, celebrate the American worker. 1108, 3-day weekend ahead for you. 2017, free. Free yourself. 1116, for you. 1127, 8 places, top 8 deals of the week. 1203, proud partner, get social. 1211, 5 Best Buys now and 2 penalty box, you. 1213, OMG, beauty insider points. Ends 930, and there's an asterisk there if you're interested. 1214, S05. 1050, you. ... 1220, and that's today, the judgment card. Early signs of autism. 1225, jet setter plus. Okay. So, and a lot of sacral colors are coming up today, and pinks as well. So compassion and creativity, passion is a focus today. So there's a lot of sexual energy coming in. I'm going to do the read for the Divine Masculine today, and I'm going to get right into that. The underlying energy is the Two of Wands, which I consider Two of Flames. It's clarified by the Three of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so the underlying energy is about something to do with the twin flame connection at work in a three-way situation. The card underneath that, if you're interested, is the Ten of Pentacles, which is about big money and family legacy. Okay, so maybe this business is attached to family. Okay, and then the other underlying energies from the Rider-Waite Mini is Nine of Cups reversed. The Tarot of Sexual Magic underlying energy is the King of Pentacles, and under that is the King of Wands. So the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Then we have the Romance Angels deck. The underlying energy is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Underneath that is this could be the one if you're interested. The numerology deck. The bottom is leadership. Okay, that is orange. And then the Merkaba in the middle is magenta, which is the masculine color. So it's sacral chakra and the masculine. All right, there's a lot of sexual energy coming in. The masculine energy is trying to merge with the feminine right now. Be careful about accepting energy if they're not with you in the 3D. 81 is the number on here. 8-1 is a 9, so that's universal selflessness and endings, and it's the 1, which is the selfish, focused, masculine energy working on the inside through 8 on the outside, which is its power, it's the infinity, it's the balance of the manifestation, but it's also about big business and big sports on the outside, so if any of the Divine Masculines are in those businesses. But it's about you know, looking very powerful on the outside, but having that masculine drive on the inside. And that's leadership. And then serving the world with the 9, the overall 9. So, and I'm getting connection from that. So this is very, very masculine today. Underneath that is manifestation, which is pink. pink and magenta in the middle. And that's number 8 again. So 8, 8, you know, big business, big sports, inner and outer strength, manifesting, infinity, okay, that's number 8. As the foundation, we have the 9 of Wands. That was that call that stopped. That was only ring. That was a message too. Someone's trying to call, but they're afraid. All right. So the 9 of Wands is still the divine masculine, wanting to defend his territory, his wounds, all the work that he's done. And 2 cards that came out with that from the Golden Universal Tarot are the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. And that's about you know, mourning a loss and needing to go forward in blind faith, because there's not, you know, he's very sad because he doesn't know what he needs to know, and he's afraid to leave the old and go in with the new, which fits in perfectly with the transition to September right now. He's still holding on to defending his story, but he needs to let go and have faith. But he's still mourning. He's mourning the loss of his ego still. The other clarifying cards are the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles reversed, and the Sun. Okay. So this is saying you know, the 4 of Cups is the, you know, it's the hand of God making an offer that this person is not content with. They're grounded, they're up by the tree, they're licking their wounds basically. But there's a Knight of Swords is coming right at this person, like kind of trying to light a fire under their butt, about letting go of stuff, things that you're holding on too tightly to. It doesn't have to just be money, it can be things, it can be people, you know, relationships. And it's basically saying, you know, stop holding on to your story. And I think this is the Divine Feminine coming in and saying that to the Divine Masculine, as well as their friends. You know, stop feeling sorry for yourself and look at what's being offered to you. Let go of all the stuff. You don't need the stuff. That's not what makes you happy. And the Sun, you know, be free, be happy. Okay? Be powerful in your innocence and joy. Let go of the wounds, and that goes for the feminines as well. Okay? But it is about trusting and having faith that the universe has your back. And reminding you to surrender. Okay? If someone's not treating you right, they shouldn't be in your life. So in the recent past, we have the 7 of Swords. So that's about risky behavior. It came out with the Queen of Wands. So the other clarifying cards are the 9 of Swords reversed, the Queen of Wands again, and the 9 of Wands again. Okay? So that's double clarifications for the card below and here. So we have the Divine Masculine is trying to sneak away from the Queen of Wands, which in this read I'm picking up is the Divine Feminine. He's trying to get out of there. But he looks very confused in this card. The guy doesn't, he looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. See his face? He looks concerned, he's like confused. He's just kind of scared and just kind of, you know, erratic and just grabbing at what he can and reacting to things and just reacting to them, not thinking them through. It also could be him thinking that the divine feminine or the karmic sees him this way, as a thief, as a cheater, as a liar. This is in the recent past. It could be like a surprise too, like he was something he wasn't ready for and just reacted to it instead of dealing with the situation. With the divine feminine, I can tell you that firsthand. So the center of the reed is the Hierophant, and behind it was the Nine of Cups. Okay, so that's, you know, that's good luck in marriage, good luck in contracts, good luck in spirituality, in institutions. Could be institutions. Now this is, I'm only doing upright cards in the main card read. All the mini deck are reversals, so they will clarify that part of it. But you know, that's all about religion, higher learning, institutions. But we have the Nine of Cups too, which again is about higher institutions and learning and foreigners and travel and all that kind of thing. But this is showing it's very positive coming out together. It's very good luck and a feeling of satisfaction. 9 is emotional fulfillment in marriage. So the divine masculine likes the institution of marriage. It makes him feel safe. It's clarified by the Queen of Wands. Okay? So the central topic is about, will he feel safe in marriage with the divine feminine? She's upright and she's trying to will love into her life, and she's very loving and caring and intuitive, but from what he's experienced before, he likes the marriage part, but the person he experienced in marriage may not have been what he expected. His challenge being the Seven of Wands. Okay? So here he is with the Seven of Wands, clarified by the Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? So the challenge is that he needs to be patient and going forward very slowly and carefully, methodically. But it's very difficult for him as a challenge because he's got to defend him while warding off others. If he wants to come forward and marry the divine feminine, he needs to fight off all these other people coming at him, whether they're family, friends, other women who are pursuing him. He needs patience and balance to go forward properly while fighting all these people off that are in his environment and that are connected to the marriage. And going out and socializing, maybe going out to happy hours, that kind of thing. And he's got a lot of wounds from this prior marriage. Now, in his head and heart, it's the Lovers. It came out with the Moon. Okay, so secret lovers that only happen in the moon. So in the recent past is the Seven of Swords. So there's, you know, some kind of risky behavior or cheating going on at night in secret. And there's the Ten of Cups and the Tarot card reversed. So it already happened. It could also be the illumination about the lovers, where the family then was split up, that there was a tower moment, something that was unexpected. Seeing the lover and seeing the divine feminine in an unexpected way, and causing this, you know, this sudden event where the divine masculine didn't know how to react, and now, you know, his emotional security is all out of whack and upside down. So the moment's done, but the effects of it are still there. The dumping out of all of his emotional fulfillment, his family, or his wishes for a family. Then we have in the near future is the Three of Pentacles, which is like divine masculine's place of business, and it came out with the Magician. Okay, so there's two sets of clarifiers on this. We have the High Priestess, and then we also have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So this is making the ability to make magic at work, and you've got the Magician and the High Priestess. So it's all about the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together. Him tried to build something, and then we have the two pages. So it can be the Page of Pentacles is the divine masculine, and the Page of Cups is the divine feminine, going to calmer waters with the Six of Swords. But it could also be two children. It could be an earth sign, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus child, or a water sign child, which would be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And the divine masculine building something to go to calmer waters with their children, and the High Priestess. So we have the Seven of Swords next to the Hierophant, next to the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so it's about, you know, trying to get out of this marriage to build something new. And does he still want marriage? And that's going into the hopes and fears, which I'll get to in a minute. The way the divine masculine is seeing himself is the Chariot. So he's going forward strongly now, okay? Looks like he knows what he wants. It's, before I go into that, I didn't get the... The Chariot in how the divine masculine sees himself came out with and is clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So now we have this again as well. This is about new projects. So he's going forward boldly with this new project. He's got his wings. And there's a cross underneath it. And he's leaning toward the light. He likes the white Sphinx better than the black one. So we have the clarifiers for the Chariot is the Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and then the Seven of Wands again. So for the Chariot, this is the Divine Masculine going forward at work for sure. It's the King of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune's going a little slow. He needs to... Alright, so now he's not defending himself anymore, because he was standing up for himself at work. And that had slowed the wheel down, so now he's dropping that. He doesn't care what other people think. He's going to do what he wants regardless. Just done. He doesn't care. And he wants to do things the right way. He's got a new project or a new offer. It's something simple, some token to offer the Divine Feminine. So his environment, and again, in the near future with the Three of Pentacles and the Magician, you know, he's manifesting. Again, that's where the other Page of Pentacles is. It's about him wanting, you know, the Divine Feminine had offered her cup of love as a page, and he wants to offer something practical back to her. He doesn't feel like he can make any promises right now, and he's connecting with me. But he wants to find a way to, you know, make things go to calmer waters so that the scales are balanced again. Then we have the, what's in the environment for the Divine Masculine is the Ace of Cups. Okay. And it's clarified by the Four of Cups. Okay, so we had this a second time as well. So it's all about loving himself first, which he's getting now. But still feeling sorry for himself. Still mourning a bit. But, let's see, it's clarified by the Ten of Wands and the King of Swords. Okay, so he's in his head if he's the King of Swords, which is being logical and still carrying all those burdens. Still got the 10 Wands, okay? So that's, you know, when he's loving himself first, carrying 10 Wands is not loving yourself first. So he's just starting to get it, but still, you know, still in that kind of low energy feeling, and now going forward very strongly, but still has that residual. Trying to let go of it. He is grounding himself, but he's still not seeing that offer from God. And the other cards that came up with the environment is the other stuff going on around him, is the Empress, the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Okay? And I was very clear about this. The Empress can be the karmic partner and clarified as the Queen of Swords, which would be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But I'm also seeing this is the Empress as the mother. It could be his mother or her mother, and then the Queen of Swords being the karmic partner, and then the Ten of Cups being the family. That he has separated himself from them. So we got the mother, could be her mother and her, and the Ten of Cups, so that here they are in everything he's built, separate from him. Clarified by the Page of Wands, the Moon, and the Seven of Swords again. Okay, so we got, you know, the Moon came up again, the Seven of Swords came up again. So again, there's some secret stuff being eliminated, sneaky, risky, cheating, you know, theft, whatever it is. And then we have the Page of Wands reversed, so there could be a child that's an issue as well, who may be having ADHD issues, or they could, you know, they could just be, you know, really hyperactive or really upset because of what's going on in the family. Or it could be a hidden child, okay? Or someone could have actually stolen a child as well, you know, if they're in a divorce situation. One partner might have, you know, taken a child and ran so that the other person, you know, couldn't have them and do things that the other partner deems, you know, poor care of that child. Okay. So there is a big divide because there's a whole deck in between the Ace of Cups and these people. Okay, so it's definitely a generational thing. There's a mother, a female, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, apart from the Divine Masculine. And the Tarot of Sexual Magic is the card that's dividing them. Okay, so it's the King of Pentacles again, with the King of Wands beneath. You know, so before, where there was affection there, now, like, he's all business, pushing forward, maybe to help him get over, you know, his sorrow. He's just throwing himself into his work. When I asked for the hopes and fears, I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. Nothing was coming out, so I just asked for hopes, because we're not supposed to fear anyway. And that's when I got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So very strong hopes and fears, okay? And that's laying on top of the Romance Angels cards, okay? So we got calling in your soulmate and flirt. Okay. Flirt says extend your lighthearted energy to others, and calling in your soulmate says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay. So keep it light, and just remember your own worth, how you deserve to be treated like a prince and a princess, right? And then the clarifying cards that came out for the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles is the Six of Wands and the Fool reversed. So here's this, you know, this person who's a leader, who has followers, going forward, and like tripping and falling on their face. Okay, so that's the hope, you know, are these new beginnings. And I guess that's the fear. So the hope's the new beginnings of creativity and passion, and a practical new start, an offer of money, maybe, with this new calling in your soulmate. But he's afraid, you know, when you're at the top, it's easy to fall, isn't it? It's easy for people to take you down, and it's easier for you to trip yourself up. So he's got, that's the fear, that he's hoping for these beautiful new beginnings, and he feels them very strongly. He's feeling his peak, but he's afraid of the fall. He's afraid of tripping himself up. Like, maybe he's gonna realize, oh, none of this is real, and, you know, why did I do this? You know, so he's got that underlying fear. There's a bunch of cards here for the outcome. So the main outcome card is the Page of Swords. So that would be some kind of new communication, the beginning of communication. A small start, but something, right? It's clarified by the Page of Wands and the King of Pentacles that came out with it. Okay? So basically, this is the Divine Masculine with their two children. It's also about the communication and him wanting to offer a date to the Divine Feminine. But he does have children, or not all of them have children, but if they do, it looks like they have one or two children. And here it's coming up. Before we had the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, and here it's the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, so that we have all the signs for children in this read, okay? But here we're stressing communication and sex as opposed to practicalities and love before with the children. So this is really more about the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, him wanting to start some kind of communication, and maybe, you know, asking the Divine Feminine in his King of Swords, logical self, to talk, okay? So the clarification cards, there were a bunch. I'm going to give you them in groups so you understand how they came out. So the first two out for the clarification cards for this Page of Swords is the Three of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Divine Masculine has been building his resources, and now he's been waiting to watch them grow. And we have the Three of Cups, so it's about a coming together, it's about socializing, it's about maybe he's planning for a wedding, or maybe he's planning for a party of some kind and needs to communicate about it. About either way, it's this coming together. And then we have the Queen of Swords, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And these came out right next to the other two. So I clearly got initially that he was waiting for and the Queen of Swords is the karmic partner, waiting for this karmic partner to change somehow, to rise above. Because we have the Four of Swords reversed there. Okay? But the Nine of Pentacles is saying it's not happening. He was waiting for something to change about his karmic partner, and it's not happening. She's not in her power. Maybe she's coming out from, the Four of Swords, when it's upright, is like this. It's rest, meditation, reflection, prayer, whatever. So it's coming out like this. Maybe he sees his karmic as always up, maybe always going out. Okay? But not rising above like he had hoped. And not standing in her power, not helping him make money, maybe. And then we got three more cards, which were the Hierophant reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, and the Empress. So again, the Empress came up earlier in the read as the mother. Could be the karmic partner, but it's either the karmic partner or the mother. But this is about an ending to this situation. Or it could be that the mother, someone's mother is getting divorced. It's either them divorcing their karmic partner, or one of their parents, one of their mothers is getting divorced, or leaving the church. Okay, something they were passionate about. Confirmation. Okay, so it's very interesting because these clarification cards came up with the Queen of Swords and the Empress just like the other ones did, as far as the karmic partner and the mother. And him being the King of Pentacles. But he's coming up as the King of Swords in the outcome, so maybe he needs to also communicate with his karmic partner about this fire sign child. Could be about an air sign child as well, or both. And maybe it's about a party that they were already planning to go to, that they need to talk about whether they're still going to go together or not. Yeah. Then we have further clarifications for the outcome of starting some kind of communication. From the numerology deck, we have spiritual career, just 78. It's pink with purple, kind of like, I guess, a third eye color for the Merkaba. Spiritual career, 78. 78 is the end of the tarot. It is the Ten of Pentacles. It is a 6, which is love, family, and community, and it's the 8, so it's inner strength, that inner balance, the infinity, working through a very peaceful exterior. 7 on the outside is usually people who are the ones that people like to go for advice, because they're so trusting, and they're good listeners. They're quiet, they're very spiritual. So having that calm, and Spirit's connecting with me. They're that very calming exterior, but so wise and strong inside. Spirit's still connecting with me on that. Okay, so we have that clarifying this communication about spiritual career. So there's leadership in spiritual career, so maybe the Divine Masculine is thinking about, changing his career in some way. And it involves more compassion and psychic abilities, since we're using the third eye here. And then from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, on the way that the Page of Swords is facing is these cards. So he's facing the Ace of Cups and the Hangman. Okay. So it's about wise administration. You see the guy, he's examining things very closely. And then the Ace of Cups, of course, is all about new beginnings in love. So this spiritual career is connected. These are right on top of the spiritual career. So this new love is connected to a spiritual career, and he's examining it very closely. And he's just, hung up on this new love. And I guess wants to know what all this spiritual stuff is all about. And the Page of Swords is looking right at this. So this is what he wants to communicate about, either to tell the Divine Feminine or to tell his karmic partner. Or both. And if you're curious, that would be on the left side of the card. On the right side of the card is the Empress again, and the Six of Swords. So it's about going to calmer waters with the mother or the karmic. She's not having it though. Which at this point, the Divine Masculine doesn't care. Okay? I'm feeling that this person, whoever it is, the mother of the karmic, this Empress, thinks she's much better than she actually is. So it's that conceit type of air. Yeah, so let me just check here. We have the Hierophant. We have the Magician. As far as the Golden Universal, which is the main read, we have these major arcana. We have the Hierophant. We have the Lovers and the Moon together. So the Hierophant is going away from the matter. He's in the center of the reed. And the Lovers, the Secret Lovers, is going away as well. Because that's what influenced the end of the relationship. Then we have the Near Future, which is the Three of Pentacles, but it had the Magician come out with it. It's very powerful. Very powerful manifesting, that combination. With the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, or the two children, and getting away from things, going to a calmer place, a quieter place, where the Divine Masculine can think. But it's also about the High Priestess. It's like the Three of Pentacles and the Magician are the main thing, but it's like this bubble in the back of his mind is the High Priestess. But he's got to take care of his kids, or what he's going to do as far as going to calmer waters in the relationship between the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine and his karmic partner. So they're trying to get out of something with the Queen of Wands. And by the way, the Divine Feminine has been coming up a lot as the Queen of Wands now, whereas before, in my own experience, last year, the Queen of Wands was the karmic partner, or maybe someone else they were dating, or if they're just dating and not married, it was, the very sexy one that they're attracted to. So in the past, it was always the karmic that was coming up as the Queen of Wands, and now it's actually the Divine Feminine who's coming up as that one, because it's the one that the Divine Masculine has his physical interest toward. So the Empress came up, the Chariot. So, going forward very strong. The Empress is blocked though, out of the picture. He's loving himself first, or he's working on it. He's working on letting go of his burdens, all the stuff that's in his life, all the responsibilities and obligations. He's being very logical about it. It's the only way he can maintain. Although he's both of these kings that are describing him are upright, the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So they've come up a few times. And they're very strong. And that's what he's comfortable in, his money and his thoughts, right? So but he's definitely hoping for that new beginning. Very strong. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles together, next to the Three of Pentacles with the Magician and the Hierophant, and defending himself against everyone else and going forward in a very clear, balanced, patient way with the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, who's the High Priestess, are both the same side of the as a clarification card up on the right shoulder for the masculine. Like that little bubble, you know, in the cartoon about what he's thinking. And then we have the twin flames, all the wounds regarding this journey. He is now moving forward forcefully. He's got his new project, he's got his new offer in a new love, where he still has some mourning to get over and things to let go of. But he has separated the Queen of Swords and the Empress and the family. He has put a block between them. And then we have the Ace of Cups is below the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So see what's missing here? The common thread there? The Ace of Swords is the truth. So that's the hardest thing for him to deal with, is the truth, is coming out with the truth, because he doesn't know how the Divine Feminine is going to react to the truth. But the most important. So he's going into his King of Swords self, which is good, because that means he wants to tell the truth. But we don't have this Ace of Swords in this read anyway. It has been coming up recently, but not in this read. But really nice outcome. He is focused on new love. See, we got the Ace of Cups, actually, because there's another clarification too. They actually surround the other two aces. So you've got Ace of Cups on top, Ace of Cups on bottom and a cross, and then the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Let me see what else. Yeah, and it's interesting because so many of the cards came up at least twice in this read. So it's really strong confirmation of all this stuff. Even the Three of Pentacles, because that was clarifying the two of Wands, the twin flames. And we have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups, finishing the old cycle of love to start the new one with that two Ace of Cups. Yeah, really good. And actually the Ten of Cups came up twice, and the Nine of Cups came up twice. Okay, you need any more confirmation? The end of the cycle. We got the Ten of Wands up here too. End of the physical cycle. End of the love cycle. We don't have a lot of swords out here in general, except for that Seven of Swords, and there's some clarifying swords, but no, like the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords are like nowhere to be found. We have the Nine of Swords reversed on the what's going away, the Seven of Swords. But yeah, it's pretty clear as far as swords, which is great. Which means he's not staying in his head anymore. He's able to get out of his head. Okay. So things are opening up. Calmer waters. Being more clear with people and children. Talking to children. Being honest with children. Maybe bringing children into work to help out. Maybe because of the difficulties going on with the family. Maybe someone's left the job and they're bringing in one of their children or both of their children to help out in the office. Okay, so now I'm going to pick the oracle cards. Before I do that, I want to pick from the general Rider-Waite. I'm going to just pick a card for the Divine Feminine, okay? There could also be the Queen of Wands could be another person in the Divine Masculine's life as well. It could be another lover. It could be a friend. but someone who stole from him. The Spirit's connecting with me. Okay, so there may have been someone he was really physically attracted to who really didn't end up being who he thought she was, who stole from him or cheated on him or lied to him. And she came, the Queen of Wands came up twice there. Maybe he thinks the Divine Feminine has stole or lied to him. Didn't protect him like he thought she would. But getting over the sorrow. Maybe that's good, because then he gets over the being in his head. Okay, it can come out of his head. Because you know, when you get mad, it takes you right out of that sorrow, right? So for the Divine Masculine Twin, or for the Divine Feminine Twin Flames, this is a card for the Divine Feminine Twin Flames. Divine Feminine Twin Flames. What do they need to know today? Divine Feminine Twin Flames. Oh, here we go. It's funny, we're talking about the Four of Swords. Rest. Meditate. Pray. Get clear. The Ten of Swords was coming out right behind it. Someone might have died as well. Someone might have passed away, and if they did, I'm very sorry. Yeah, someone, it could be in either of the Twin Flames' lives, the Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, that someone may have passed very recently. And so just taking care of those things. But it is advice for the Divine Feminine to rest, to get past the wounds and the betrayal, to let go. It's time to end it. Done with all the thoughts and the attachments to the Divine Masculine. If he's not treating you right, then he shouldn't be in your life. He shouldn't be connecting with you unless he wants to be with you in a physical relationship in 3D. It doesn't mean you stop loving them. It's about surrender and letting them go. Because you know the universe is taking care of things, okay? It's not under your control. Okay. And what was on the bottom of the deck for the Divine Feminine, might like to know. Okay. Got the Knight of Wands. Alright, so Divine Masculine is thinking about having sex with somebody. Or the Divine Feminine is. So we have my Oracle cards. I have the Ascension deck. Okay. So this is for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames. What is their advice? Divine Masculine Twin Flames. What is the advice? Divine Masculine Twin Flames. What is the advice? Divine Masculine Twin Flames. We have animals. And the bottom of the deck, if you're interested, is the Gold and Silver Cloak. Gold and Silver Cloak, and Mary Magdalene's under that. So the Gold and Silver Cloak is 26, which is an 8. Again, we've had several 8s come up. It's about power and strength. And that's love, family, and community on the inside, working through a relationship of 2, or the feminine energy. And the affirmation for that is, I am in total balance and harmony. All right, so it's for the Divine Masculine to remind them to protect yourself with the Gold and Silver Cloak. Clear your chakras and your auras and stand in balance. Go to the void. Don't react to things. Don't go to extremes, because if you go to one extreme, you go to the other. Try to stay more to the center. That's the moderation advice. Then the card that came out for the Divine Masculine is about animals, because animals will ground you and make you feel loved and take you out of your headspace. So that's a perfect way to clear, and Spirit's connecting with me. It's number 2, is the feminine energy, because they're unconditional loving, you know. It says, like humans, animals have come to Earth on their own soul journey. Sorry, I can't talk today. I'm Virgo, so Mercury is affecting me. Originating from many planets and universes, some animals are here to learn, while others are here solely to teach or enlighten us. Because they are heart-centered, animals on this planet are designed to have experiences that are different from ours. The way in which we treat animals profoundly affects their ascension path as well as our own. Your guidance today is to call on Archangel Feliae. How do you say that? Feliae? I'm not sure how to say it. And the angel of animals, to look after them. If you want to know the spelling, it's F-H-E-L-Y-A-I. If anyone wants to tell me how to say it, you're more than welcome to let me know. Archangel Michael to protect them, and the unicorns to enlighten them. Yeah, if any of you have lost a pet, you know, if you want to send a wish to them or a prayer to them, to call in these archangels and the unicorns. The affirmation is, I honor and respect all animals. So make sure you're treating all the animals around you nicely and in a respectful way. Okay. Then we have the past life deck. This is for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames. What is the advice for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames? Come right out. Native American. Okay. And the bottom of the deck is Orphan. And another card that was kind of coming out with the Native American is Farm, which has been coming up a lot recently for the masculine. You know, about a simpler life, to make life more simple. And that, you know, that applies to the Native American life as well. But it's interesting that the teepee came up, because when I woke up this morning, when I was still in bed, I had amazing rainbows on my floor and my sheet, and I'm actually going to post them so you can see the pictures. It'll just be a post, it won't be a video. But the first rainbow I saw was on the floor, and it was exactly the dots of a triangle. There was 3 dots of a rainbow in the triangle. And then when I was outside meditating, when I closed my eyes, you know how you see things, you know, like hairs in your eyes, that kind of thing, when your eyes are closed, there was exactly 3 dots in a triangle, just like the one I'd seen that morning. So here the teepee is confirming that again. It's about living off the land. A feather in your cap. I was noticing feathers earlier too. About getting your wish. Oh, I had the 3 dots on the floor, as well as there was 3 other closer dots on the floor for the rainbow. When I took a picture of them, they were feathers. They were represented feathers. I also have a rainbow picture of a butterfly, which I'm going to post that. They're beautiful. Really, really, you know, rich colors of the rainbow. And like right there, I hadn't even gotten out of bed yet. All these beautiful colors. It's also a cone. I'm getting funnel. It's like a filter, you know, as you funnel things, what comes out of it may not be what you expected. Because, you know, you expect with a funnel to be liquid, and look what's coming out of this funnel. Look, if you turn it upside down like a funnel, you know, there's sticks. That's what I was getting from this. And also that the entrance of this teepee, like normally you think of a doorway as like that, you know, rounded at the top and not at the bottom. So it's kind of like a code, an upside down code. I'm seeing it definitely today as a funnel and a spaceship. Now I'm seeing purple around the spaceship. I don't know if you're getting that. Is there purple in the card? No, I'm seeing a purple aura around the spaceship. It's very deep indigo. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. You probably can. Okay. It's about channeling. You know, the funnel. You never know what you're going to get. Just open up your mind to allowing it to come in so you can get your messages more clearly. Okay. Native Americans. Very spiritual and very, you know, practiced at these things and living a very simple life. The bottom of the deck is about being orphaned. Okay, maybe a past life in which you were an orphan for the Divine Masculine, or it could be in this life. But just, it's more of, and Spirit's connecting with me, because really, you know, just feeling cold and alone. And, you know, why do I have to experience this life is what I'm seeing on her face. And it's interesting because her expression doesn't look like you'd think like a scared child who's alone in the street would look. She looks very like an old soul. Like she's just saying, she's not saying, where's my mommy, where's my daddy? She's saying, God, why are you doing this to me? Why do I have to experience this? And there's trees underneath this, and there's light spraying through the trees, trying to show her the way, enlighten her. Which is reminding us about the trees too. And Medicine Man or Woman is under that if anyone's interested. Maybe there's some kind of tree medicine. And the orphan, I'm relating to personally. I've seen a past life in which my twin was orphan, and I was an Indian, and they were probably not accepted into the community because they didn't look like an Indian. They were actually blonde. So, and that was a very simple life. That was on the beach, but I'm sure that there was farmland too. I was actually male in that life, and I was the fisherman, and I stopped taking fish from the sea because I didn't think it was right. So I made my tribe vegetarian. That's for the past life. And then the journey of love. The advice for the divine masculine. It's 101, by the way, the time. Divine masculine. Divine masculine. Divine masculine twin flames. Divine masculine twin flames. Divine masculine. What is their advice? The divine masculine twin flames. Divine masculine twin flames. Fire and ice. Okay, this is the card for the divine masculine. Fire and ice. There's lots of everything in this card. Blues, oranges, reds, yellows, a little bit of green. I don't see much in purple. It's like maybe dark purple, like indigo. Yeah, very kind of violent though, transformative. And then the bottom of the deck, and my son's just coming in. I'm sorry about the background noise. And then the bottom of the deck is Rings of Time. It's number 44, and it's all about blues with a little bit of orangish red in there. It's very soft and flowing and circular and drops. Amoeba, I'm getting. And 44 is the Four of Cups, by the way, which came up in the read about, feeling sorry for yourself or just not accepting the love that's being offered. And 44 is very about manifesting too. It's the number of the social worker and Atlas. 4 and 4, the two wise ones. That's what I'm getting from the Rings of Time, the marriage. Okay. So Fire and Ice is the main read, which is 37. 37 is the King of Cups, and it's a 1, so it's very masculine energy. It is the spirituality on the inside, the quiet, soft, contemplative person. On the outside is a 3, which is happy-go-lucky, smiling person. It's all about the social person, about coming together. So, being happy on the outside, but very spiritual and quiet on the inside. It's like a quiet strength, but amidst this very happy person, coming out as a 1. They're very driven in the way they do this. Okay, it's masculine. It's independent. It's innovative. It's focused, and it's a new beginning as well. I'm going to read you Fire and Ice. Let's see if I can look. Fire and Ice number 37. You are learning to hold the tension of opposites, of those things that don't immediately seem to go together, within your being, without collapsing into confusion, judgment, or denial. There is passion and serenity, creation and destruction, new life and death emerging within you, within your relationships. Sometimes this is hard to handle. We want to make things simpler, to just let go of the conflict and complexity and choose one or the other. You are a grand enough soul to be able to withstand the rigors of depth, to go deep, to fully live, to let the divine have its way through you. Requires a willingness to stand at the center of the pairs of opposites and eventually know that they are connected to each other, the integration, that they exist only in relationship to each other, to breathe and simply be. If you are consciously feeling the conflict in your life and spirit's connecting with me, internally or externally, then you are being initiated through fire and ice. Stay present, be patient, and wait. There's nothing to fix here, just awareness to step into as the divine creation continues to unfold through you. As you master this initiation, you will find a sweet nectar of bliss dripping within. This oracle brings you guidance that the conflict you feel within or externally is a sign of your spiritual growth. Soon you will grow larger than the conflict, but for now, you do not need to engage in it. Simply to be present to it and allow it to work its way through you until you're strong enough to have outgrown the conflict, giving rise to a clear direction. It may seem impossible, beloved, but it is not. You are a vast being. Give yourself a chance to realize this and have patience. All is becoming, including you, according to the perfection of divine design. This oracle brings specific guidance, and Spirit's connecting with me again, on any relationship matter requiring a decision. Until you have simple clarity in your heart, beyond the pushing away and pulling closer, then it is time to wait, for there is more yet to be revealed. Only when your heart speaks clearly and Spirit's continuously connecting with me, then you will do well to act as feels truthful for you. See, there's that truth card that still needs to come up. And again, that's just about going through what the Divine Feminine has been going through all this time. It's the circles of clearing. Okay, so some conflict comes up, causing change or you wanting to react, and learning not to react first. Okay, but then needing to process it and then integrate what you come out with into your now moment, your present life, so that you're changing. Okay, so again, only when your heart speaks clearly, then you will do well to act as feels truthful to you. So it's all about the truth. You know, when you come across new truth in your life, it's conflict because it's not your truth. It's what someone else is putting in your path. So now you need to process that. Release the wounds about it from your childhood or past lives. Let the feelings come up. Let the crying come up. Let the anger come up. That's how you release it. And you bring it to your consciousness. Don't push it back down. You need to process it to let it go. Let it come up and out your head. Okay? The last of it out. And then integrate what you've learned into your present life. There is a beautiful silence now. As I hold your hands and listen to your eyes, across a span of moments called time, there are no words that say as much, nor walls that could confine the wings of our feelings or the rhythm of our eyes. Okay? It's just about knowing your truth to the Divine Masculine. You know, the Divine Feminine's been going through all this, and these loops of clearing get smaller and smaller. So it's teaching you to be your higher self, so that when you do get triggered and you do cry or you do get angry, you learn to come back from it much quicker, and you learn not to go to those extremes to make it harder for you to come back to neutral or void. Okay, but those loops get smaller. When you start out, it's very traumatic, but they get smaller and smaller and smaller, so that when you get, you know, when you want to react to something, you come back to the void and to neutral, to your balance, very quickly. So it does get better. And that's when you can come into union, because that's why there's an issue. There's still all these wounds that are going to cause conflict in your union. So you're clearing them so that when you come into union, it'll stick instead of bouncing off each other. Does that make sense? Okay. So that was fire and ice. The energies, I wanted to talk before I conclude. I did see a lot in my backyard today. You know, some days I'm not seeing any animals or bugs, and today was like more than I ever see. So the tree, when I first came out there, was full of these, I don't know if they're sparrows, but it was a little bird. There was a ton of them in my tree. And they wanted to stay there, but wanted to take a picture of that, and it kind of made them start to go away. And then they were hanging around the telephone pole and the wires, waiting to see what happens, and then they decided to leave. So, but there's a huge group of birds. And I saw a plane go by. I saw multiple big birds go by in the sky, but not real high up like I usually see them soaring. They were like, one was like right over my yard, but it was a big bird. I saw one white butterfly, was there the whole time, kept working around the yard, kept coming back and forth. Bugs were buzzing around my ears. I saw two brown moths on the deck next to me. It was like they were incognito because I'd asked for a color sign yesterday between reds and yellows and whites, but more like in butterflies. And here were these two brown moths. So it's like the butterfly in disguise before the transformation. Okay, but there were two of them. And then of course when I went to take a picture of the two moths, the one flew away. It was only one, and the one that flew away was the smaller one, the Divine Feminine. So they're still a little bit in the cocoon, but about to come out of the cocoon. And then I saw in my meditation, and the squirrel before that. The squirrel was along the wire, actually came down the tree this time to come into my yard. So not being afraid to approach, but just came into my fence and then went back to the other yard. So it was just like testing the waters. And then a little later, I saw a squirrel go up into the corner of the yard, and he was like really erratic and just making very risky jumps. So that's like the Divine Masculine, taking some risks he wouldn't normally do, but kind of scattered energy, not really focused energy, because then the squirrel was like sliding down all the leaves, the ivy that was on this one tree, and then going up and down. I kept hearing all this noise. It was very scattered. And then what I saw in my meditation was, I didn't see the face. It was like a bride holding a bouquet, and it was like someone's taking a picture of them, and they come up and smush the bouquet into the camera lens. Like, this is the end, I'm leaving. And I took it too as the glass ceiling, like that the karmic has, mushed their bouquet of flowers into the karmic ceiling. Trying to remember what else there was. I saw some angels too. Reminder that they're there for you to ask if you need it. Yeah. But there was a big transition, a portal, whatever you want to call it, from yesterday till today. Something's changed and clicked in the Divine Feminine. It's time for them to find their dreams, to make sure they know what they want in their relationship and manifest what they can. Enjoy yourself. Stop thinking about the Divine Masculine and just focus on your own life. Do what you've always dreamed of doing. Okay? Doesn't matter about anyone else right now. It's about what your hopes and wishes are. So to work on yourself, keep clearing. Remind you, if you haven't done it this week much, make sure to clear again and do some meditation to get all this new energy balanced. And have an amazing September. Okay? When we go from September is, like I said before, is the ending month. It's about getting rid of the old. Going to October would be then starting the new. Okay? It's about the Wheel of Fortune. So everything you want to do, take September as time to clean out your house and yourself and your mind. Just time to, clear out everything before your new start. Okay? Have an amazing, amazing week, and rise and be love. Take care, everyone. Bye.